For those of you that have been watching for a long time, you know that drinking water is my number one primary self-care tip. So for the next couple of weeks, we're going to look at why you can become dehydrated, signs of you being dehydrated, also look at how much water you need to drink. And then next week, I will be going on to some of the surprising and not so surprising symptoms that can be caused by dehydration. So there's 4 main reasons why you can become dehydrated in the perimenopause and menopause. And it's mainly due to hormonal changes and estrogen decreasing. So estrogen helps to maintain our skin hydration and also the hydration and support of the mucous membrane. So that's things like your vagina, your bladder, your mouth, and your eyes. So as estrogen decreases, that has a negative influence on the way that your body can retain water. So as estrogen drops, it's much harder for your body to stay hydrated. So the number 2 reason is hot flushes and night sweats. 75% of you will experience these at some kind. And even the odd hot flush or night sweat is going to cause significant fluid loss. So it's going to make it even harder for the body to stay hydrated all the time. Number 3 is changes in the way that you feel thirsty. So you can feel less thirsty. So estrogen affects our thirst mechanism. So we feel less thirsty, even though our body is crying out for more water. So you end up drinking less again, even when we really need it. And number 4 is increasing bladder issues. So there's several things that can happen here. Our bladder can become very irritated. So we can end up running to the toilet a lot more. So you're losing little and often, and especially if you're having to get up 2 or 3 times during the night. But also what happens here is, especially at night time, we think, oh, if I drink less, then I will go to the toilet less. But of course, that's not what happens. Your bladder ends up getting more and more irritated by your urine that becomes more and more concentrated. So again, this is another one of these vicious cycles. You drink less to go less, and your urine becomes more acidic, and then you end up going to the toilet more. So the signs that you are dehydrated, number 1 is fatigue. And we know how common that is in the perimenopause and menopause. Your urine will become very dark and probably have quite a strong smell. You may find that you get dizzy and there's mental confusion. And you may find too that your mouth, your lips and your tongue can get very dry as well. How much should you be drinking? We're looking at 1.5 litres of plain water. Now it needs to be plain water. Fizzy water doesn't count. Juices, fizzy juices, tea or coffee, herb teas, none of these count. It really needs to be plain water. So 1.5 litres of plain water over and above whatever else you happen to be drinking during the day. So next week, I will talk about symptoms that can occur when you're dehydrated, even some really surprising ones, and also really easy ways that you can increase your water intake. So I hope you found this helpful. It is a really important one, and the number of people that get back and all they have done is increase their water, and it makes such a huge difference. So this is such an easy one to sort. For those of you that have tried it, what was the outcome? What symptoms improved for you? You know I love to read all your stories. I'll see you next time. Have a lovely week.